Chapter 2. The Mirror. I used to think mirrors were cruel things. They reflected what everyone else saw, the version of me I'd learned to perform. Broad shoulders, a square jaw, a man who looked perfectly ordinary. But lately, I've been seeing something else. A flicker, a softness trying to surface. It started small, a change in the way I carried myself. The way I'd tilt my head when brushing my hair. Or the way I caught myself smiling for no reason. That Saturday morning, I stood in front of the mirror again. The light from the window was soft, golden, almost forgiving. I ran a hand through my hair, now just long enough to brush my neck, and whispered the name again. Amelia. The word didn't feel foreign anymore. It felt like mine. I don't know when Jennifer became the person I wanted to tell everything to, but she was. So I texted her. Coffee today? Her reply came almost instantly. Always, I'll bring something new to try. When I got there, she had 2 cups waiting, one topped with cinnamon, the other with foam shaped like a heart. You're experimenting, I said with a smile. She grinned. I like trying new things. Keeps life interesting. We talked for hours that day, about work, about music, and eventually, about me. I told her about that day at the thrift store. How strange and right it had felt to wear that lavender cardigan. How lately, I'd been feeling like there was someone inside me waiting to step forward. Jennifer didn't flinch. She didn't ask why or how. She just listened, eyes warm, full of understanding. When I finally stopped talking, she said softly, "You sound happier when you talk about her." Her? I asked. She nodded. The version of you that's been hiding, what's her name? I hesitated, but then I said it out loud. Amelia. Jennifer smiled like she already knew. It suits you. The way she said it, I felt something melt inside me. Acceptance. Validation. Maybe even affection. She reached into her bag and pulled out a small silver compact mirror. Here, she said, handing it to me. Keep it. Look at yourself every morning and find one thing you love. I turned it over in my hand, feeling the weight of it. You really think that'll help? I know it will, she said. You're not creating someone new, Jason. You're uncovering someone who's always been there. That night, I sat at home with the mirror on my lap. I opened it slowly. My reflection stared back, uncertain, searching. But then I noticed something I hadn't before. My eyes looked softer, my lips less tight. I looked kinder. Maybe Jennifer was right. Maybe Amelia had always been there, quietly waiting. Over the next few weeks, I followed her advice. Every morning, I find one thing I liked. My smile, my hands, my voice when it softened. I started practicing speaking more gently, letting go of the deep tone I'd forced for years. It felt strange at first, but liberating too. Jennifer noticed, of course. She noticed everything. You're glowing lately, she teased one day. Amelia's taking over, isn't she? I laughed, a little embarrassed. Maybe, she winked. Good. She deserves the spotlight. There was a quiet intimacy growing between us, not rushed, not forced. Just the kind that builds naturally when 2 people see each other clearly. One evening, as we walked back to her car, she said, "You know, I think the mirror was just the beginning." The beginning of what? I asked. She smiled, brushing a strand of hair from my forehead. Of you finally seeing what I've seen all along. For a moment, the world seemed to stand still. The sounds of the street faded, and all I could feel was her hand lingering near my face, gentle, steady, and full of something I didn't yet have a name for. That night, I looked in the mirror again. I didn't see Jason pretending anymore. I saw Amelia, still emerging, still imperfect, but real. And I whispered to her reflection, "I see you now." And for the first time, she smiled back.